You are about to learn all of the secrets that an Estonian man used to accumulate over 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, 10,000 followers on Instagram. Meet Tom Bilju, my hero, my idol. Interview Elliot Hulse, all whilst being a full-time blogger, a full-time YouTuber, and writing 3 books on Amazon. SiimLand. But before we get into the video, if you want to follow in his footsteps, you've got to start with building your own personal website. If you click the very first link in the description, you'll learn exactly how you can build your own website in just 234 seconds. But here is Siim. Yeah, I actually didn't know whether to introduce you as the master of ketosis or the man with luscious hair. But either way, thank you for taking your time out of your day to be on this interview with me.
That's fine. You can do whatever you choose.
Well, you're both, to be honest. So I wanted to quickly pick apart your brain for the little part of it, and then I'll get into the marketing side of it, what you are doing to scale your online business.
Sure.
So what got you into body mind empowerment? What got you started with all of this?
I would say, like, if I go back really, back into my childhood, then it was always like this intrinsic desire to want to improve myself and to be curious about life and nature around me and what does it mean to be human. So I've always been kind of an intrinsically motivated learner and also trying to improve myself both physically and mentally. And also, I think when I got really into doing like these experiments and biohacks, let's say, then I was in the military, and there I kind of was very intrigued by human adaptation and how people or how humans can adapt to different environmental conditions and how can they thrive in it. So I kind of used that curiosity to further my studies in anthropology as well. So I have like a bachelor's degree in anthropology. So I've been always curious about human adaptation and human evolution, cultural evolution, and everything that is included in that. So
yeah, okay. So it's really interesting to me that was this military mandatory for you?
Yeah, like in Estonia we have mandatory service for like 8 to 12 months, somewhere between there.
Okay. And what are the daily habits that you would do every single day, that you do day in, day out, that you prioritize over everything?
Well, like I like to keep it very simple and effective of trying to sharpen my saw, let's say, to do these kinds of things that will improve every other aspect of my life as well. If you look at what would be then potentially be something along the lines that would keep you physically fit, that would improve your sleep, that would also make you more self-aware and mindful, and to hone your cognition at the same time. So like my top 3 most important, or let's say, top 3 most important daily habits are like meditation and doing intermittent fasting, and also kind of stimulating myself physically in some shape or form, whether that be exercise, whether that be cold or heat thermogenesis, or something like that is going to have like both physical and mental effect.
And what's your meditation routine? Just mindfulness, or do you do something different?
My favorite and most effective version of meditation is a mantra-based meditation, like transcendental meditation or something like that, where you repeat this mantra over and over again, and it's going to allow your brain to focus on the mantra instead of the other distractions, and it's almost like tricking your brain into going into a deeper meditative state by narrowing down your attention to a very small thing.
Yeah, and what is that mantra that you say?
Well, for me personally, like I received a special mantra from my TM instructor, but the idea isn't a special mantra. The idea is to simply repeat something. It can be something very special, like I am, or nature, or culture, or just vocalize some random vowels. The idea is to simply do something repeatedly.
Okay, yeah. And going on the same line as mantras, what is the one thought that motivates you the most? The one thought that constantly you repeat inside your head? Is there anything?
would say that that I'm kind of constantly reminding myself of what would the future version of me do in this situation, and because although people set themselves different goals and aspirations, they fail to achieve them because it's kind of causes conflict with their current self or the personality they currently have. But the problem is that we rarely don't recognize, or we have no idea what our future selves would actually do, what the goals of our future selves would be in the present, or in the present moment. We're kind of always operating from our current self, but like if you look back at what you did or what you valued as a person 10 years ago, then there were probably a lot of different things. Like, I don't know, you like to eat sugar and you like to play video games, but as you get older, your priorities shift. So it's very important in a sense to kind of forecast or to project yourself into the future and see what would the future version of yourself value in that kind of what kind of a person would they be, so you can adopt it in the present moment as well.
That's really interesting, because I've heard about people say, what would this person do? What would Jesus do? What would this person do? But I find it really interesting that you actually put yourself into the future and imagine what you would do. That's really interesting to me.
Because people know what they need to do, but they go into conflict with their own ego, and it's simply a matter of changing because the person you want to become, it's not going to be the person you are right now. You have to evolve, and the evolution, your personal evolution, requires the depth of the person you are right now, so that you could evolve to a much higher and a much more evolved version of yourself.
Yeah, so I heard you talk about that with Elliot Hulse, switching completely into the marketing side of it. How did you get him on an interview?
I think it started off basically with one day I was checking in on one of my sales, I saw that he had actually purchased one of my meal plans about the ketogenic diet. His email address was there, and at that point I didn't know. I was skeptical whether or not it was actually him, but after a while I started DMing him on Instagram as well to share some tips and such as that, and it kind of turned out that he's doing a similar or a similar version of a diet as I am, and we simply shared some ideas, and I eventually simply asked, and he was agreed.
That's crazy. So I see you everywhere. I've seen you on Reddit, I've seen you on Quora, I've seen you in YouTube comments, I've seen you in Facebook groups. You're literally everywhere on the internet. What would you say is the best traffic source that you get towards your YouTube channel?
Well, when it comes to YouTube, then you have to prioritize organic search. Definitely, YouTube is the second biggest search engine after Google. So you have to make sure that the videos you produce are actually something that people would be interested in looking at, and what they're searching for specifically, with specific keywords and metadata and tags and such. So most people or most YouTubers who are making videos, they aren't like Casey Neistat, who can make whatever. He can simply do whatever he wants, and as a beginner, you have to kind of start off. You have to reverse engineer from what the people would want and what the people are searching for. You have to give them you can't do whatever you want at first, but after a while you may reach a point where you can get more freedom. But initially it's gonna be focusing on ranking certain keywords, whether that be long-term keywords that have less competition, and you have a higher chance of becoming the top number one search term for that keyword. And next to that, there are also a good way to start is to use these different forums and subreddits to gain attraction and to gain some initial followers that will watch your videos. And definitely not become a spammer and you only simply provide quality information. You have to make sure that the information is still quality and good.
Yeah, so you'd recommend YouTube search engine optimization as your main tactic?
Yeah.
So I know part of that is increasing the watch time of your videos, and all of your videos are really high quality edited. They've all got high production. Do you outsource that, or do you outsource anything at all?
No, at the moment I'm doing all the videos myself, and
Wow.
I kind of it's kind of something that I feel like it's definitely requires a lot of time and effort, but at the same time I have to, you know, I like to feel like I'm giving my own unique take on it and putting my own twist onto it. Like it's something it's like a reflection of my own personality and the way of thinking. So I doubt that it can't be outsourced completely. I still have to put in some, you know, my own input into it.
That's a lot of work. On average, how often would you say? How long would you work on an average day?
On the video, like, depends on the length, but I would say that it's gonna take, let's say, like 5 to 10 minute video is gonna take maybe. I'm gonna record it for maybe in like 30 minutes, and I'm gonna edit it, let's say, maybe 4 hours, and like an hour is gonna go on to the metadata and optimization. So like, yeah, it's gonna take 5 to 6 hours in total.
And how long would you say you worked in a day?
Well, as a self-employed personal brand, then I would say like I'm constantly working all
Every
the time,
minute.
even when I'm sleeping, like thinking about it or trying to create some sort of content or something like that. But I usually try to, basically I'm gonna work all day, but I usually try to wind down at dinner time. You know, after dinner time, I'm going to simply relax and kind of reflect back on what I do.
And you take weekends off?
Not really. Like, there is no difference in terms of what day of the week is, in my opinion. And it's like because I enjoy it so much. Like, this is vacation for me almost, and I get to do what I love every day, and I'm definitely not gonna take it for granted. So like, yeah, I'm basically working all the time almost.
That's impressive. So what keeps you motivated? What's your 10-year goal?
I would say like the biggest thing that is motivating me is like the overall opportunity to be able to do these kinds of things, because like we live in such an incredible day and age where there are so many opportunities and everyone can make a name of themselves without, you know, having to go through like the gauntlet of, I don't know, kings and queens of medieval age, or, you know, hunter-gatherers fighting predators, or natural disasters. You know, most regions of the world, you can literally take out a smartphone and create an awesome podcast, create an awesome YouTube channel, and reach millions of people. Like literally, the first most of my videos, they were done in my college dorm with my smartphone, and you know the quality itself wasn't even that good. The first videos of my videos were like, they had like bad sound, not that good, you know, editing either. So like it's simply a matter of putting in the work and
it's perspective.
It's continuously trying to improve myself and not take it for granted, and being grateful for being alive even and having this opportunity.
Okay, and so that's your 10-year goal. What would you say is your 100-year goal? The impact you want to have on everyone?
Well, as an anthropologist, then I think my meta goal of my entire life is to kind of make sure that mankind or humanity is not gonna self-destruct, or it's not gonna mess things up, or not. It's not going to, let's say, in the coming era of these different biotech, these different artificial intelligence and genetic engineering and all those things. I want to make sure that we don't lose our humanity in the process of, we don't go extinct, or we don't kind of create this kind of a dystopian future. I want to make sure that, yeah, as long as, I always have to acknowledge to myself that I know nothing, and my opinions and my values may be completely wrong, but at the same time, it's one of the things that I can be sure of at the moment based on the information I have. And I'm willing to kind of stand strong for my own beliefs at the moment, while at the same time being able to bend them and change them as I get to like more insight.
Okay, Thank you so much. We'll end it there. Your insights have been incredible. The one biggest takeaway that I've got from this is to view yourself in the future. To me, that's incredible. That seems really valuable to me.
Yeah, it's like meta awareness and thinking about your own thinking and looking yourself as if you are like a simple. You're looking at yourself from a third perspective and challenging everything you do. That's like biggest insight in my own personal development so far.
And where can my small compared to your fan base find you?
You can find my YouTube channel, which is SiimLand on YouTube, and my website is also SiimLand.com, and basically the other social media is also SiimLand.
You're everywhere. I challenge the viewers to find one place that Siim isn't. You won't find it.
We'll see.
All right. Thank you very much.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure.
Yep. Bye-bye. If you've made it to the end of this video, then all I have to say for you is thank you. It blows my mind that every single view that I get on this YouTube channel is a real life person, and I will never lose track of the numbers like so many other YouTubers do. I will always appreciate you and thank you for investing your time with me. All of Siim's links are in the description. Check out his YouTube channel if you want to adapt your body to have optimal performance. His YouTube channel is absolutely amazing. The final thing I want to leave you with is, it's all well and good watching these videos, but there's no point doing this if you're not taking action. And the first thing that you have to do to take action is get your frame of mind in the right place by building a personal website. If you click the first link in the description, I will walk your hand through the whole process and use that not just as a personal website. Don't just let it sit there. Use that as an act that I will start taking action. I will start producing content. I will start making my personal brand because it's something that I think 99% of you should be doing. So click that link in the description. Commit to yourself to start making things happen. Start taking action today. If you've enjoyed this video, then thank you. And I hope that you've learned something. That's all I have to say. I will see you in tomorrow's video.